Why no one wants to live in Europe's richest country. Living in Europe's richest country may sound like an ideal situation, but there are a few factors that make it less desirable than it seems. In this video, we'll explore why no one wants to live in Europe's richest country, Switzerland. We'll look at the costs and lifestyle issues that can turn what may appear to be an idyllic existence into something less desirable. According to Eurostat, the cost of living in Europe's richest country is high. Switzerland has consistently been ranked among the most expensive countries in the world, with prices 72% higher than the EU average. The perception of Switzerland. Switzerland is often seen as a dream destination, a land of endless opportunities and wealth. The perception of living in such a prosperous nation is often associated with luxury, high standards of living, and unlimited possibilities. However, the reality may not always live up to the perception. While it is true that this country boasts a strong economy and high GDP per capita, the cost of living can be exorbitant. Housing prices, for instance, are astronomical, making it challenging for many people to find affordable accommodation. The perception of opulence and abundance can quickly fade when faced with the financial strain of everyday life. Additionally, the perception of equality in a wealthy nation may be misleading. Income inequality can be quite high, with a significant wealth gap between the rich and the poor. The perception of prosperity may not extend to all segments of society, leading to a sense of exclusion and social unrest. Furthermore, cultural differences and language barriers can make integration into the local society challenging. The perception of a welcoming and inclusive community may be shattered when faced with the realities of navigating a foreign culture and trying to communicate in a language that is not one's own. The cost of living. Living in Switzerland may seem like a dream come true, but the cost of living can quickly shatter that illusion. The reality is that expenses in this prosperous nation can be exorbitant, especially when it comes to housing. The astronomical prices make it challenging for many people to find affordable accommodation, leading to financial strain and stress. Not only is housing a major expense, but everyday necessities can also come with a hefty price tag. From groceries to transportation, the cost of living in this country can quickly add up. This can make it difficult for individuals and families to maintain a comfortable standard of living. In addition to the financial burden, the high cost of living can contribute to a sense of exclusion and inequality. While the country may be wealthy as a whole, there is often a significant wealth gap between the rich and the poor. This can lead to feelings of unfairness and social unrest, further diminishing the allure of living in Switzerland. Overall, while the perception of wealth and prosperity may initially make this country seem like an ideal place to live, the high cost of living can quickly make it less appealing. High taxes and inequality. Living in Switzerland may come with a hefty price tag, and it's not just the cost of living that can be exorbitant. High taxes are another factor that can make living in this wealthy nation less appealing than it seems. While taxes are necessary for funding public services and maintaining the country's infrastructure, the burden can be overwhelming for many individuals and families. The higher the income, the higher the taxes, and this can lead to a significant wealth gap between the rich and the poor. While the perception of prosperity may be associated with a sense of equality, the reality may be far from it. The rich can often find loopholes and ways to minimize their tax liabilities, while the less fortunate struggle to make ends meet. This inequality can breed resentment and social unrest, eroding the allure of living in the richest country in Europe. The perception of endless opportunities and wealth can quickly dissipate when faced with the reality of high taxes and a growing wealth gap. Furthermore, the high tax rates can discourage investment and economic growth. When individuals and businesses are burdened with high taxes, they have less disposable income to spend, save, or invest. This can stifle innovation, job creation, and overall economic development, making it difficult for the country to sustain its status as the richest in Europe. Cultural differences and language barriers. Living in Switzerland can be an exciting adventure, but it can also come with its fair share of challenges. In the richest country in Europe, cultural differences and language barriers can make the prospect of living there less appealing than it initially seems. When you first arrive in this wealthy nation, you may expect a warm and inclusive community. However, navigating a foreign culture can be overwhelming. The customs, traditions, and social norms may be vastly different from what you are used to, making it difficult to integrate and feel a sense of belonging. Language barriers can also pose a significant challenge. While many people may speak English, the official language of this country may not be your native tongue. Communicating effectively, whether it be at work, school, or in everyday situations, can become a constant struggle. Additionally, cultural differences and language barriers can impact your professional opportunities. Even with the highest qualifications, finding employment may be challenging if you do not have a strong command of the local language. This can lead to frustration and a feeling of being excluded from job opportunities. While cultural differences and language barriers can be overcome with time and effort, they can make living in the richest country in Europe less appealing for those who are not prepared to adapt and embrace the challenges that come with a different culture and language. Political instability and corruption. Political instability and corruption are two significant factors that can make living in Switzerland less desirable than it seems. While the perception may be that this country is a model of stability and transparency, the reality can often be quite different. Political instability can lead to uncertainty and a lack of confidence in the government and its ability to provide a stable environment for its citizens. Frequent changes in leadership, political scandals, and corruption allegations can create a sense of insecurity and distrust among the population. Corruption, in particular, can have a devastating impact on the country's economy and the well-being of its citizens. When public officials engage in corrupt practices, such as embezzlement, bribery, and nepotism, it undermines the integrity of the government and erodes public trust. It also hampers economic growth and development by diverting funds away from essential services and infrastructure. Furthermore, political instability and corruption can deter foreign investment and discourage businesses from operating in the country. This can result in a lack of job opportunities and economic stagnation, further diminishing the appeal of living in Switzerland. Overall, while the perception may be that this country is a stable and corruption-free haven, the reality can often be quite different. Political instability and corruption can have far-reaching consequences and make living in this wealthy nation less appealing than it initially seems. Lack of job opportunities for foreigners. While Switzerland may offer a plethora of opportunities and wealth to its citizens, it often falls short in providing job opportunities for foreigners. Despite the perception of a land filled with endless possibilities, the reality for many foreigners seeking employment in this country can be quite different. The job market can be fiercely competitive, with a preference given to native speakers and individuals with local connections. Language barriers can also play a significant role, as fluency in the official language is often required for most jobs. This can make it incredibly challenging for foreigners to secure employment and contribute to the country's workforce. Furthermore, the lack of job opportunities for foreigners can result in a feeling of exclusion and frustration. While the country may pride itself on being welcoming and inclusive, the reality is that many foreigners struggle to find their place in the professional landscape. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more awesome content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from our channel. Thanks for watching.